Yo, what's going on, guys? It's me, Aaron, with Evolution Daily, and I just got a question in my Facebook group about dance floor game, and so I figured I would make a quick video about it and throw it up on the YouTube channel. Here's the deal. Dance floor game is a lot less fucking complicated than all of you are making it out to be. I see all of these different videos about fucking taking salsa lessons and girls just melt when you know the tango and blah, 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 and all this fucking shit about just all the intricacies of dance floor game. And I think that by looking at it in that way, by viewing it like that, you're fucking yourself up. Because dance floor game, and a lot of game in general, but especially dance floor game, is just all about letting loose of those fucking inhibitions. Just getting out of your fucking head and wilding out. All week long, life is fucking hard. Everybody's got fucking bills to pay. They got to call mom and dad. They've got to fucking go do this bullshit job that they don't like. Everyone's got all this shit going on. Life is suffering. Life is suffering. So even though you, as the pickup artist, the guy learning pickup, the guy trying to go out and get chicks, even though you're out doing this shit all the time, maybe you're in venue, if you're really fucking dedicated, maybe you're in venues fucking 5 to 7 nights a week, you're doing this shit all the time, but understand that most of the people that you're going to encounter, especially the fucking girls, they're out to let loose, bro. They're trying to just go fucking crazy, dance with dudes, dance with girls, just having a blast. And so anything that you're doing to go against that is going to fuck you up. So here's the deal, okay? I've broken this down into a 4-step process. What I do when I go out and I'm on the dance floor, and I crush it out on the dance floor, okay? And I'll get some infield of this here in the future, definitely. I mean, it is pretty hard to film on the dance floor because the clubs that I go to, it's just like so packed, but I'll do everything in my power to be able to get some infield of this. But basically, my 4 steps are I go out and I while out either on my own or with wings. I'm not a good dancer. I'm a fucking white guy. I don't try to be a great dancer, but I go out and I fucking move and I'm bopping around. And like I said, I'm either jumping around with my wings or I'm jumping around on my own, fully letting loose, getting out of my head, not giving a fuck what anybody thinks about me, because that's going to be one of the major plagues that fucking ruins you in pickup and why you'll never see success, is if you care so fucking much about what everybody's thinking. So I go out, step 1, I fucking get loose and I while out. Step 2, I do the same shit I've been doing, but I've been scoping out my fucking targets. Hot girl, hot girl, hot girl. Not staring her down, but I'm scoping them out. I'm getting a feel for the environment. Who do I want to try to start dancing with? Then I keep doing what I'm doing and I get within their periphery. I get inside of them and I get up right in their fucking grill and I continue dancing, making hard eye contact. They usually start to laugh and you can get a feel for whether this girl is going to be down to dance with you or not. Step 3, go in from the front. You fucking start just actually fucking like grinding on them from the front and then turn her around. Turn her around and get her grinding on you. Now, like I said, in the fucking second part of this, where you're like in front of the girl, you're going to be able to really pay close attention to her facial expressions and what she's doing with her body to be able to tell if she's going to be down for you to go up and aggressively spin her around. One of the worst fucking things that I see in the club, and I've seen this ever since fucking I was going to like 18 and up bars fucking getting wasted. Like it's a thing that you see, is you see the guys that are just standing there on the dance floor. They're just standing and they're scoping. They're staring at the girls. And then what do? What's their move? They go up and they fucking sneak up behind them and just grab them by the ass and start fucking grinding on them like that. And that shit, it's fucking weird. Will that work? Maybe 10% of the, I don't know, maybe it works here and there. But for the most part, you want the girl to be comfortable with it. And when she's comfortable with it, i.e. she's fucking looked at you, she's seen what you look like, she's fucking gotten a feel for your energy, when she's comfortable with it, then she's gonna fucking be down to grind on you and to fucking dance with you and have a good time. And that's why I think it's so important to present yourself up front before you actually get up on her and fucking turn her around. Now you've got her turned around. Step 4, as you're grinding on her, which pro tip here, as you're grinding on her, I'm always holding very tightly onto their hip bones, or in a lot of cases, even their belt loops. The frontmost belt loops, there'll be like 2 of them that would be at the, like on a clock, they'd be at like 11 and 1. Or no, Yeah, like 11 and 1, the belt loops. I'm always like grabbing onto those two belt loops and like basically pulling their ass into my dick as we're grinding. And I think that that's just very dominant. I think that it just like, it really projects a lot of masculinity into the situation. And from there, you've got the sexuality building, the tension is building. Hopefully you're starting to get a boner because you're dancing with a hot chick that you're really attracted to, and hopefully it's getting sexual enough to where you're getting a boner. And then from there, step 4, you turn her around and you fucking hug her real tight. And then as you're sliding off, you fucking go for the makeout. Start making out with her. Now from there, you can do a bunch of different things. Right there, I like to not keep trying to make out with her. I like to actually make out for like maybe 10, 15 seconds and then spin her back around. Me showing that quote unquote willingness to walk. Because what do a lot of guys do? I'm getting the make out. Oh my God, it's happening. We're actually making out now. And they just keep fucking making out. Maybe this girl doesn't want to sit there and fucking make out with you for fucking 2 minutes on the dance floor. So I'll make out 10 to 15 seconds and then spin her back around. Again, commanding, leading, spinning her back around into the dancing. And then from there, a lot of the times, once that's been building up, I've pulled just from that. But sometimes I'll also go and I'll isolate over to the bar. I'll go up and I'll get my water. Sometimes I'll buy the girl a drink. Sometimes I won't. What the fuck ever. But just get a feel for who she is. Screen for the logistics. Are you from around here? Who are you with? What are you guys up to tonight? The 3 ultimate questions for screening for logistics, to get a feel for how willing this girl might, is to actually come home with you. So, yeah, I hope that this really helps you guys out with your dance floor game. And like I said, I think I pretty much said everything that I need to say about it. I think that the more complicated you make dance floor game, then the more you're actually just going against your natural habit energy, which should be just to fucking let loose, be free, have a good time, project your positive energy onto the girls, and thus they act as a mirror, and that positive energy comes right back to you. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, Tell me pretty